Alright, we put the mask on last time, so a change would be nice, but at the same time this pulls us towards the forest. Besides, Polina likes it when we tell them to fuck off, so I'm gonna tell them to fuck off. That's probably not gonna be good. For some reason, Romka's disappointment with Semyon made me feel brave. Something was wrong in their crew, some old disagreement. I should cut this old wound open.
Знаешь что, Семён?
You know what, Semyon? My own voice, smooth and determined, was a huge surprise. I stepped forward and calmly proclaimed,
Иди нахуй.
Fuck off. It felt like the whole world was paused for a second, and then unpaused right away. Oh. Semyon's pupils widened. The mask fell out of his meaty hands. It took a while to process my words, looking stunned, as if he was trying to solve a difficult math problem, but the answer he got made him mad, judging by the bulging veins on his forehead. The others just observed the scene silently, waiting for the inevitable payback. I noticed Polina's face stretch in horror. You... You're dead. Semyon lunged at me like a hawk and clawed at my face with his twisted fingers with gnawed fingernails. I threw a kick toward the layer of fat under the coat.
Да! Всыпь ему!
Yes, get him, Polina smiled. At the same moment, the world became fuzzy. The black trees and the faces of my classmates all blurred. Pick up your glasses.
Мои очки!
Oh yeah, it was the glasses. I was just doing a little harmless joke.
Что? Ничего не видишь без очков, мудила?
What? Can't see anything without them, sucker. He threw up his hand that was holding my glasses toward the sky, so I couldn't get to them.
Отдай! Сейчас же
Give them back. Give it back, right? I was interrupted by a lidded fist with a sharp signet that hit me in the brow, producing a cracking sound, throwing me to the frozen earth. Cracking sound. That does not sound good. Oh, there. A circle of blurry faces, dying from disgusting laughter, was mocking me, making me want to puke. And as soon as I was almost able to catch my breath, a blurry figure rushed toward me. But instead of a new hit, I was offered an outreached hand. I immediately grabbed it, hoping it was Polina, but I soon realized how wrong I was, after I felt the sting of dry blisters on the palm. It was Romka. He helped me stand up.
Правда ничего не видишь?
Can't see anything for real? His voice sounded compassionate, which surprised me. He likes how badass we turn out to be. I squinted, trying to find Polina in the fog before my eyes. She was gathering my things and putting them back in my school bag. Thank you.
А слышишь, хорошо?
And what about your hearing?
А?
Huh? He leaned in close and asked with a voice that was way less friendly.
Слышишь ты хорошо, Антошка?
Can you hear me, fine Antoshka?
Да.
Yes. I blinked in bewilderment.
Ну так слушай внимательно.
Well, then listen closely. He brushed off my coat, and then hit me in the jaw with all his might. My jaw clicked. If my tongue was between my teeth at that moment, I would not only be blind, but I would also talk worse about... I would also talk worse than Biasha. I staggered. The world around me spun like a peg top again. Romka held me by the elbow, preventing me from falling over.
Антон!
Biasha locked me in his arms, preventing me from running to my side. I don't think we will be able to run right now. I think we are like near knockout.
Это тебе аванс.
Consider this a warning.
Еще раз увижу тебя с Полинкой, хотя бы в метре от нее пеняй на себя.
If I ever see you anywhere near Polina, even a meter close, I won't let it slide.
Ты понял, а?
Got it?
Да.
Yeah, is what we say for now.
Чисто, чтобы закрепить.
And this is to make it stick. His fist landed on my temple. The world turned upside down. It felt like I was falling into the sky, the color of decaying meat. I grabbed the roots to stop myself from tumbling more. My consciousness was drifting on top of the abyss, gliding to its depths like a deflated balloon. I tried to get up. A blurry silhouette that probably belonged to Polina was fighting back, but two others held her by the hands and dragged her away.
Мы домой тебя проводим, не бойся.
We'll take you home. Don't be scared.
Мало ли, какие психи по лесу шастают.
Yeah, who knows what kind of psychos roam this forest.
А Тоша пускай отдохнет.
And Tosha here should rest for a bit.
Полина!
Polina. Romka's boot met with my face. Yeah, he probably didn't like that I yelled for Polina after he warned me like that. My hand got twisted. The back of my head hit the ice. My eyes obediently rolled over. The darkness jumped out, took a stance, just to devour me. Assumed unlocked tough luck. You overestimated yourself quite a bit. I turned around, dug my nose into the bedsheets, forced my eyes open with great difficulty. Paintings on the walls, books, a pile of comic magazines. I felt at my chin, afraid that it will respond with sharp pain. My fingers slid across my face to my temples. No bumps, no pain. That was unremarkable last time, but now it's as if the forest has healed me. In the earlier playthrough, I did get returned to my bed, somehow. I thought I'd just stumble at home in my haze, in my dreamly haze, and then forgot everything. But no, something carried me here and healed me. I sat up, blinking in surprise, fixed my glasses, studied my hands, clean, no mud under the nails. My school bag was reclined against the table. I heard bits and pieces of a conversation through the door. I was at home, in my bedroom. Did I get here myself? I don't think so. What about the glasses? Did Semyon return them? Polina, maybe? Or an unknown friend? Yeah, the Semyon didn't take my glasses this time. I decided to leave that question for later and looked out the window. The forest had many secrets, and it wasn't in any hurry to reveal them to me. Mysterious. The clock on a nightstand showed 10 a.m. The thicket moaned in its cracking bones. Alright, it feels a little bit different so far here. I went into the hallway and the conversation became clearer. Laughter. I haven't heard Mom laugh in so long. In a silent house among the sneaking shadows. Such an ordinary but dare laughter. I sneaked through the ladder to the lower floor, as if afraid to spoil that moment. And then I asked him, "Do you have any comics? I want to buy some for my bunny." And he goes, "Your rabbit reads comics." No, he was talking about his wife, because the wife turned out to be the bunny last game. Mom burst out laughing. Olia followed suit. Well, yeah, I tell him, my bunny is well trained. Well, we are the one who likes to read comics, but still. Gosh, you're the best. Did you doubt me? Not even for a second. Mom and Dad sitting in the tree as if they just met. When I entered the kitchen, Mom was kissing Dad on the forehead and he was gently stroking her shoulder. Adia sat between our parents, armed with a fork. And then it looks like a big meal waiting. Honest, this is a dream. A polka-dotted cooking pot emanated a pleasant aroma even with the lid on.
А вот и он!
Here he is.
Привет, Соня.
Hey there,
Весь в отца.
sleepyhead. Took after your father in that. The white canvas of a frosted window behind Mom's back made it look like she was on someone's painting.
Садись, садись, в ногах правды нет.
Come on, sit down. Take a load off your feet.
А завтрак – самое важное для здорового человека.
Breakfast is the most important thing for any healthy person. That looked more like supper or dinner to me. I sat down, a charming smile on my lips. Oh, Olya winked at me and the lamp on the table flickered in unison with her.
Заспанный какой.
You look so sleepy.
Какой есть! Наш родной! В детдом сдавать поздно!
You know, we had to rejuvenate from the stressy day we had. We rejuvenated so much that all our wounds went away. Well, what can you do? He's our child. It's already too late to hand him over to an orphanage. Okay, not exactly my kind of joke, but okay. Dad let out a dry laugh to show he was joking. Mom slapped him on the shoulder.
Ой, я голодная, страшно.
I'm so hungry.
А мы, думаешь, просто так тут слюной капаем?
Do you think you're the only person who's dripping saliva over there? This is like the dream that the forest is projecting to us. Like the saliva. It's like the forest noticed that we're not progressing so much towards the forest right now, so we need to sort of up our game. We need to push in a dream. We need to get you to the forest. Because it just feels like it's gonna be...
Братик, ты так кушать будешь?
Big brother, will you eat like this?
Как?
How? I caught the sparkling gazes of my parents on myself. If I had a camera at that moment, I would have taken a snap so I could always look at those smiles on a photograph. I wanted this beautiful moment to last forever. It's sort of like the ceremony in the forest, it's just that it's more natural than at home. Like everything is perfect and all. Oh, the light bulb went out and then came back. The window glass shattered slightly, as if to show us where the vision is coming from. We can hear the eeriness building up.
Сними маску, сынок. Есть же неудобно.
Take the mask off, son. It'll get in the way of eating. Someone put the mask on us as we laid there unconscious. That's what happened. That's how we always forgot about the mind when we went out to the forest in the ceremony or playing along and jumping to the moon and...
Какую маску?
What mask? A silly smile got stuck on my face. Dad showed me his sturdy white teeth that looked like piano keys.
Снимай, снимай, заяц.
Come on, take it off, you bunny. I slid my hand across my cheek, let out a laugh.
Вы о чем?
What do you mean? We don't even feel the mask. The whole family was laughing now, pointing their fingers at me and slapping their knees at the tablecloth. Dad wiped his wet eyes with his knuckles.
Ух, насмешил ты нас. Ну, молодец.
Well, good job making us laugh, son.
А теперь маску сними, будь добр.
Now, take off your mask, please. I touched my face again. My skin went numb. Oh.
Но на мне нет маски.
But I'm not wearing a mask. Okay, so... We kept the mask on for so long that it's becoming real. We had a mask on while being a good boy staying away from the forest, so the mask took over while we were not in the forest. Like possibly Polina and her fox mask if she has one. Because her fox mask just seemed more and more real. Like she can't always take it off. Mom fidgeted on her chair. She tilted her head and squinted. The canvas behind her back turned gray and kept getting darker with every passing moment.
Пока не снимешь, не начнем.
We can't start until you take it off.
Но я не могу уже терпеть.
I can't wait anymore.
Сними маску, не валяй дурака.
Take off the mask, stop fooling around. His voice was kind but firm.
Мам, Тоша меня пугает.
Mom, Tosha is scaring me. Chair legs scraped against the floorboards. Olia moved away from me. She wasn't smiling anymore. Actually, there wasn't a single smile left in the room, if you don't count the cracks in the walls. Getting up in the middle of the night for a glass of water and you just see smiles on the walls.
Что ты наделал? Твоя сестра плачет.
What have you done? You made your sister cry.
Но...
But Olia sobbed, her eyes downcast, sneaking fearful glances at me. Oh! Mom slammed her fist on the table, and I almost fell to the floor along with the chair.
Сын называется. Мы веселились, а тут
Yeah.
ты пришел. Испортил все.
Here's our nightmare. This is where our nightmare becomes more apparent. What disgrace of a son. We were all having fun and then you came around and ruined everything. Splashes of saliva flew at me. I turned to Dad, begging him to explain what was going on. Sticky syrup trickled down Dad's beard, falling on his shirt. His eyes were looking in different directions. There was a loud sound in the attic. Water pipes grumbled. The house was alive. Every room had someone rustling, moving around, breathing in it. The light bulb started flickering like a stroboscope. The faces of my parents disappeared into the darkness, only to appear again moments later. Outside, a tall shadow walked past the window. A tall shadow, The manager himself? I was about to jump up and run away, but my body wasn't listening to my commands. My hands just obediently stayed on the table. I was just an onlooker. The lights went out. I spent 3 heartbeats in complete darkness. And this time, Mother is a wolf. Our sister is a bunny. No wait, Mother is a fox. And Dad is a wolf. Then the bulb flashed with blinding light. 3 masks were looking at me with their gaping eyes. A fox woman where my mom was just a moment ago. A wolf man at the head of the table. A bunny girl, my Olia. Just that the heads look very, very realistic now. I couldn't even ask why there were these strange animal faces, scary animal faces, and why the fur on them was moving, as if there's something writhing inside the masks, making the papier-mâché bulge. My tongue didn't listen to the commands my brain sent to it. I could only shift my gaze between the masks, watching the long, twisted shadows behind the backs of my family.
Кушать подано!
Bon appetit! She tore off the lid from the pot, and there's either gonna be mysterious chocolates and candy and bubblegum, or it's gonna be what I think the bubblegum and chocolate in reality is, like gory flesh. Oh! A cut-off head was lying in the bloody gravy, and it's mine. A pair of glazed eyes was drilling me from inside the pot. Its mouth was open in a silent scream. The head at the bottom of the pot belonged to me. Blood ran down the agonized face of the cut-off head. At the same time, something hot started streaming from my nostrils, scarlet drops falling on the tablecloth.
Yes!
Eat up. I screamed. I jumped up. My jaw was burning, as were my temples. The kitchen, the beasts in animal masks, and the dead head. Everything had disappeared. The dead head sort of signifying that I get a mask on, it's gonna turn into a real creature, and the real me dies inside as something else takes over. Is that it? Everything but the goddamn mask that was haunting me. One of the delinquents put it on me for the laughs. Ah, they did it. I tore off the body mask that had already stuck to my face, threw it into the darkness, and realized that I woke up near the crumbled snowman in the forest. We're waking up by the forest. Beautiful and airy ambience, covered in snow and coniferous needles, without my glasses and with a smashed face. So I blacked out. Horrible. Or horribly. And we can see the sky with the trees bending over us. Pulsating pain seemed like a gift compared to the horrors I just witnessed. Oh, shows you it's real. I stood up, spitting out blood. The forest seemed like a prison that was keeping me in with its wooden bars. I didn't know how long I was out. My limbs were numb from the cold. My pants were soaking wet. Okay, just hang on just a second. Alright, and we are back. I stood alone in a ring of towering trunks, not being able to see anything. Everything around me moved, trembled. My ears went numb from all the rustling. The treetops melted into the darkness of the cosmos. The bushes became empty cells, whose occupants were suddenly set free. It felt like a clawed fang could fly out from the darkness into my stunned face at any moment. I heard a scream somewhere far away.
Антон!
Anton. My father. Oh, they're looking for me. Someone was looking for me, just like that boy who went missing. And now they probably should learn that even a simple thing as walking to school is enough to go missing in these woods. Tears stung my eyes. A big drop fell from my lashes.
Антон!
The scream was closer now, as was the light. For a moment, I even believed that I was about to be saved.
Я здесь!
I'm here. Is this like a someone who claims to be my dad? The light hit my face. I covered it with my hand. Okay, the flashlight's raised it down.
Антон! Вот ты где!
There you are.
Ты совсем сдурел?
Are you out of your mind? Douchebag, I was on my way home from school. What do you mean?
Это вообще как понимать?
What's this all about? My dad walked out from the shadows. Well, I suppose I walked a little bit into the thicket. But I thought I was quite close to the path when the bullies came, though. I went toward him, hoping that he won't melt, that he's not another trick that my insane mind played on me. He turned out to be real, warm, alive, and caring.
Язык проглотил?
Cat got your tongue. That's also what Alisa said earlier.
Я встретил твою одноклассницу на дороге. Она сказала...
I met a girl from your class on the road. She said... Okay, so if this was Polina, she knows where I was, but I suppose she didn't dare come running in here in the dark. It makes sense if there's another girl as well who's like, I don't know where he is. They said somewhere this direction, but why couldn't Polina come with him? If it was Polina. I pressed myself into my father's chest, engulfed by fear, and he started looking around, alerted. Because, you know, Polina could pinpoint where I am. Spoke in a tone of voice that was much more nervous.
Так, пойдем отсюда скорее.
Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, he's nervous about the surrounding. He doesn't trust it.
Мать узнает, такой нагоняй нам устроит, мало не покажется.
If your mother learns of this, she'll be so mad at us that we'll never forget this day. I reached out for my father, still feeling the chilling embrace of fear. Yeah, we've been pretty roughed up, haven't we? Pretty knocked out. I grabbed his firm hand, felt his quick pulse with my fingertips. Then stood up and wobbled along behind my father, following his barely discernible footprints. Back to civilization, back to light, back to the road where my dad parked his car.
Чтобы дома ни слова, ясно?
Not a word about this at home, got it? Yeah, as soon as you mention my mother, I'm like, yeah, this better be a secret.
Ни единого намека, где я тебя нашел.
Don't even hint at where I found you.
Да, пап.
That's good, okay. I'll write that. He was holding my hand as if it was the most precious thing in the world and kept telling me how afraid he is to lose me or Olia. Sounds probably a bit silly, but the music in the background sounds a bit like the music of the forest, but a sad version. But it still sounds like the soundtrack belongs to the forest. I did wake up there after all. I nodded and moved my legs. Only when we got to the car, Dad noticed my scratches.
Тебя били?
Somebody hurt you? I felt up my cheek.
Подрался.
I got into a fight.
Из-за чего?
Over what?
Из-за девушки.
A girl. Dad replied with a thoughtful nod. I heard the low hum of the engine. My dad wore a fearful expression. It wasn't that sticky fear that paralyzed me in the nightmare, though. Yeah, I don't even know what sort of expression he had there. That was more like melting. The dad was melting away. His fear was noble, like a crystal clear diamond. He opened the glow box and got some napkins out of there.
Драться за девушку? Это правильно.
Fighting for the girl you like is right. I'm more like fighting those douchebags is even more right. Also, wait. I see a pistol.
Да, нужно решать конфликт словами, но иногда...
Yes, normally you try to
Иногда
resolve
слова
things
не
with words. It's just sometimes words don't work. Yeah, they came from troubling families, they said, as if that's an excuse. Dad flashed an encouraging smile at me. Right as he was about to close the glove box, I noticed a handle peeking from under a rug. He was carrying a gun around. My dad, a true intellectual, had a pistol with him, like an action movie hero. Or like an ordinary thug, some voice whispered to me. The entity has made its way inside my head, hasn't it? Unless that's part of our condition from before. Pines were flying by in the window. The car's lights were struggling against the darkness. The car carried me back home. Dad was cautiously studying me in the back mirror. I was thinking about the gun, about my dreams, about people in animal masks that pretended to be my parents. And the white snowflakes just kept dancing in the starry sky, but they're falling instead of rising. So we're in the right plane. Look what the cat dragged in. Mom was going down the stairs, piercing Dad with her trademark glare. Her face showed something between wrath and condescension. Well, it's not his fault that I got beaten down and fell unconscious. Suddenly, her gaze shifted to me and stayed for a dangerously long time.
Так, я не поняла. Антон, а где
Hey.
очки?
What's this?
Потерял?
Where are your glasses, Anton? Did you lose them? I bet Semya took them again.
Да в школе поди забыл, простофиля.
This dummy probably just forgot them at school. A venomous pause followed.
Весь в тебя.
He's your son, all right. Dad glared at Mom and then mischievously winked at me, reminding me of our deal.
Ну ничего, есть же запасные. Проживем как-нибудь.
Well, we have spare glasses, so we'll manage somehow. My parents stood in silence a bit longer, and then both of them went to mind their own business. I said them there twice. Alia threw herself into my arms before I could even take off my coat.
А я лису видела!
Ah, I saw a fox. I remember this part because this part is the same as my last playthrough. Surprised I came to a shotgun blast. Yeah. You know, in our original playthrough, Mom ended up being the bunny. Or someone else who looked like Mom or took on the appearance of Mom. But let's say Mom was the bunny. She's like me. We're saying there was a fox, but that Olia should stay away from the fox. Maybe Mom is doing the same thing, that Mom knows about the fox girl, but instead of saying stay away from the fox, she just says there was no fox. Just a very, very wild, fragile theory.
Не подходи к ней.
See, don't go near her. The math problems refused to be solved. Oh yeah, because we didn't have... Yeah, that book was there in my original playthrough. The police picked it up. But now, Polina did, and put it in our bag. Carefully. Numbers in my notebook tumbled around and mixed in a whirling dance, sometimes running over the lines. My head became heavy from that pandemonium, and I almost dropped it into that chain of numbers. My eyelids felt like there were tiny weights tied to them, the type used in grocery stores.
Полиночка, свистит он, что в Москве бывал, как пить дать.
He's probably never even been to Moscow.
Это ничтожество даже постоять за себя не может.
He can't even stand up for himself. There was no way for me to stand more up for myself than I did. I was flying in the skies. That's how high up I was standing for
А при
myself.
случае и за тебя не заступится.
And they won't be able to defend you if it comes down to it. Not 3 versus 1, no.
Бросит, думая, как бы только самому по шее не схлопотать.
He'll run away to protect his own skin, which is also something I didn't do.
Слабак.
Polina slouched as someone kicked her in the stomach and then burst out in tears and fell to the dirty floor, wailing and screaming.
Антон, почему?
Yeah, this is just as nonsensical as nightmares tend to be. I couldn't understand her reaction because it doesn't make sense, but I still rushed to Polina's side.
Не буду, не буду, не буду, не буду.
At that moment, I heard noise coming from our parents' bedroom. Is our parents one of the owls? I mean, we were a bunny at the game last playthrough, and then suddenly Mother was the bunny. Can a mask go around like that? It disappeared just as we heard a sound in the bedroom. I just assumed they woke up and came to get us. Maybe they are, but that's a bit odd that it disappears just as we hear a sound in there, isn't it? And that's it for chapter 2. On the end, the wolf's grey fur will stand. Was that the exact same title last time? I feel it sounds a little bit different. Polina's hatred towards dogs, while understandable, was still alarming. Could a charming girl like her really be nesting something so repulsive inside her heart? I immediately remembered my dad's shady past that recently resurfaced. A person I idolized was the reason for us moving to this bleak countryside. At least he was according to Mom's screams that were coming from the other side of the wall. Still, Polina tried to defend me from a delinquent gang, even if she failed. She was pleading for Romka to leave me alone, and gathered my belongings that were strewn around the forest while fighting tears. Yes, and the policeman won't suspect me now. And then, when those bastards tried to drag her away, she resisted with all the might she had in her fragile body, and to be honest, she is the hero, the heroine of the story, because if our dad hadn't gotten to talk to her, she couldn't, partially pinpoint where I was. It was after she talked to my father that my father came looking, and in that general area as well. So if it wasn't for her, I probably would be one with the forest right now. In the end, she was the one to find my house, lost among the taiga, and told so that's why, I thought that just was out searching and then met her. And she was brave then, going through the forest to our house, because you had to go sort of through the forest, didn't you? She was the one to find my house, lost among the taiga, and told my dad that I lied there alone in the dark, abandoned in the middle of the forest after the beating. Which makes me wonder, where did she go afterwards? Did she have to go into the forest to attend this ceremony? I suppose she went straight home, but still. If she went through that length, she probably could, join my father. This is where we were, this is where I fell. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm being too harsh on her. What if I make her one of the characters in the story I'll draw? So this is also with Alisa, maybe we're being too harsh on her because she was gone when the other people were there. When the bullies were there. She was nowhere to be seen. So we sort of blamed her. We didn't just blame her for disappearing, we blamed her for luring us to them. At which point I'd say we're definitely being too harsh on her, because I'm pretty sure that was not her intention at all. Alisa said that basically she hated bullies. We had to feed the bullies to the forest. Something like that. But it seems like the spirits inside her head, like the spirit that went into the bunny head, was like, oh, they deserve to be fed. They just like fed to the forest. They deserve to die. They deserve to be in prison. And not to go to school, which was probably the less harsh of what we said. They deserve to not go to our school. They don't deserve to go to our school would be the right way to put it. It's getting late again. It's getting late. My head. The protagonist will save her from terrifying monsters. What if I make her one of the characters in the story I'll draw? Didn't you basically confirm this 3 times already? Oh. As soon as I thought of monsters, a bunch of my classmates slid down the rails, smirking like the xenomorphs from the Alien. Yeah. This is the same as before. Polina seemed eager to talk to me, but her expression soured after noticing the aforementioned duo, and she walked past, leaving me a single sorry look. She probably knows that if she stays too close to me, while Romka is watching, Romka is gonna, beat me up. Or use that knife. God, I hope that's not gonna be one of the endings, that he actually stabs me. The door creaked. Polina entered the classroom. I straightened up in a hurry so she wouldn't see me looking like a scared critter. And she looks my way. Polina found me with her eyes, gave me a short nod, and went to her seat. Katya rushed to her neighbors again, like a lab rat that saw a threat saw a treat and started whispering, switching her gaze between me and Polina. Okay. Rumors don't spread themselves. I guess she has to help this one. Screw you, Katya. Is this yours? Wait, how? We had that in our home. What? I averted my gaze. It was a math notebook with my name on it.
Моё.
В лесу нашли.
Oh. I thought maybe I had multiple math books with me then.
Там же тракторист, что снег убирал.
Okay, so he was supposed to take the file with him, but he quickly backed up to the blackboard to try to calm the class. Okay, let's see if I can get some more out of this scene this time. I looked around the classroom.
Объявлять комендантский час, причин пока нет.
Okay, I'm gonna try once when he has his back to us.
Слишком мало времени прошло с момента исчезновения вашего одноклассника. Мы все уверены, что он найдется живым и здоровым. Но сразу после уроков
Okay, not yet.
вы должны идти домой и отчитываться перед родителями.
Phase 2.
Гулять во дворах, чтобы вас видели. И не в одиночку, а по двое или компанией.
How many faces?
И ни в коем случае не ходите.
Nobody paid me any mind, so I slowly opened the file. My fingers started sifting through the documents. Oh. Ksenia Talalaeva, 6 years old, left her home sometime in December. Identifying features. Okay. She looks a bit similar to Polina, doesn't she? My heart almost jumped out of the ribcage. A round-faced girl, no older than Olia, smiled at me from the photo. The first victim of a serial killer? The first child to disappear in the forest without a trace? I turned another page. Ah, there he is, the current case. Vladimir Matyukin, 10 years old. Vova was the second. His mitten hanging from the branch. His name, called out by desperate adults and repeated by the sneering echo. Lilia Pavlovna coughed, trying to calm down the rowdy students. I yanked my hand away and the file closed.
Поговорим о диких животных. Как известно, в наших лицах водятся волки, медведи, лисы. Людей...
Okay, I'm peeking again. The officer turned his back to the class and started writing on the blackboard. I'm not sure if that was glitch or not. It looked like it was to draw on the window. The officer turned his back, started writing on the blackboard with a piece of chalk, producing nasty screeching sounds.
Не знакомцы.
Strangers. Don't talk to strangers.
В деревне почти все друг друга знают в лицо. Так что чужаков обычно сразу замечают.
I pay more attention to the officer while looking at the book. Almost everybody knows each other in the village, so the outsiders normally stand out.
Увидев незнакомца,
If you see a stranger... The officer started squeaking with a piece of chalk again, and I, after making sure nobody was watching me, thankfully we're all the way in the back, I opened the file and took out the photos that were hidden at the bottom. The artery-like roots, stumps and charred pines, cut down by lightning. And snow. Lots of snow. Then a black building that immediately gave me the chills, yet it wasn't a crypt. Isn't this where one of the creatures sort of grew out of? Black building, and it looks like there was a big fire here, judging by the trees. How all of them are just dead like this. It was a garage. A box made from steel, standing amidst the thicket, judging by the trees all around it. Those black gates were almost sucking me in. My fingers trembled, and the photo glided through the air back into the file. Thank God it landed upside down. That steel box was just too unsettling to look at. I wouldn't say thank God, because if the officer notices this, then that's not going to be good, I think. Hey, what's this? Kvitantia. There was also a plastic bag at the bottom of the file, the type to store evidence. Could this be like drugs of a kind? The thing that has been used to sort of drug us, maybe? I opened it. And inside it, a severed finger. That is Semya's finger. I blinked and the mirage dissolved, revealing only the ring. I couldn't see a cut-off body part. There was only a signet ring inside. Stunned by that fleeting hallucination, I almost felt like I was transported back to the forest and heard Semyon's words. Although, this is like a file thing he brings, but I didn't know there would be evidence inside it as well.
Ща, парашник, я тебе этой печаткой так заряжу.
Yep, that's what we looked at when he threatened to strike us. The ring was giving off a faint glow on top of my palm. Are we going to take it? I panicked and squeezed the evidence in my fist, as if trying to assure myself it was real. Oh. I clanged my teeth from surprise, pushed myself into the back of my chair, blinking in bewilderment. The officer silently gathered the documents and gave me a stern look. Without the ring.
Больно ты любопытный, Петров.
Well, aren't you a curious boy, Petrov? I am very curious. A curious bunny. I tried my best to squeeze out an apology and return the ring, but I only managed to hold out a clenched fist with the ring inside, and started rumbling like Dad's car engine when it was started cold. He.
Как говорится,
He. You know what they say.
меньше знаешь, крепче спишь.
Ignorance is bliss. You don't want to know what's in there. I do. Give me back those files. Give me back those files. I would love to read more about what is going on. Please?
Вот.
Here. He went toward the blackboard. My precious, you got Semyon's signet ring. Achievement unlocked. My precious. He went towards the blackboard without looking back while I was still clenching the stolen piece of evidence, thinking about Semyon. We even said hair, but we couldn't unclench our fist. Or he was hurrying back. The faster he would get away the files, the better, I suppose. He was like a boy that was already most likely dead.
И еще раз.
Let me say this again.
Если вы заметите в поселке кого-то подозрительного, неважно, возле школы или на лесной тропинке, сразу сообщайте в милицию.
Anything or anyone suspicious in the village, contact the police
Телефон-то
immediately.
знаете? Спасибо, ребята.
Thanks for listening.
Спасибо, Лилия Павловна. И это... Одноклассника вашего мы найдем.
We'll find your classmate. What I found interesting is how do they have the ring? Could it be that... no, I don't know. Why would someone, if they took him, why would they take off the ring and throw it away? To sort of tease the police? That they'll never find him? If he went willingly into the forest, I suppose maybe he willingly put off the ring. If he became like an animal, it's like, I don't need this anymore. This reminds me of being a human. Dig through enough ditches and maybe you'll be able to piece him together. How suspicious was the fox girl that wandered? Oh yes, we could do this. Let's tell the officer about them. God gave me a stern look over the shoulder. Don't worry. You'll soon be in the spotlight as well, you fucker.
До свидания, лейтенант.
He was about to leave. Tell him. I unglued my palm from the tabletop. I need to warn him. At the very least, for Olia's sake, to assure her safety in the house near the squeaky pines. I raise my hand, heavy as a dumbbell.
Простите.
Excuse me. Uh-oh. For the first time, we're gonna reveal Alisa. Almost 24 heads turned my way. He's afraid I'm gonna talk about him. But not yet. I save you for later. My teacher, the officer, Polina. Katya, well, the teacher's just looking down on what she's writing. Katya showed an elbow into her friend's side. Sleepy Biasha stretched out his neck. Romka frowned inquiringly.
Я слушаю.
I'm listening. It felt like I was being studied under a microscope.
Вчера утром по дороге в школу я видел незнакомого человека.
And there it is. The first time we get to reveal her. Yesterday, when I was walking to school in the morning, I saw an unfamiliar person. My classmates started whispering. Tikhonov frowned, a deep wrinkle adorning the space between his eyebrows. I hope this doesn't sour the relationship between me and Polina, in case this is her. But if Polina is Alisa, then maybe she's in a daze when she's in the fox mask and doesn't completely remember everything anyway. But still.
Да откуда ему знать, чужак это или кто-то из местных?
There's no way he'd be able to tell if it was an outsider or a local. Okay, I don't follow. Is she the bad one? Is she the antagonist? What is that for instant invalidation?
Он же в поселке без году неделя.
He just moved to our village. The other kids smirked. Katya flashed an evil smile. Yeah, of course she does.
Спокойствие.
Calm down.
Антон, а сможешь детальнее описать?
Can you describe them in more detail, Anton? Come on, Anton. Then it dawned on me. I can do more than describe them. What I can
Я
do,
нарисовать могу.
I can draw them.
Я рисую немного.
I know how to draw, kind of. After spitting out this confession, I expected everybody to laugh, but that didn't happen. Even Katya stayed silent. And Polina tilted her head and studied me with an intrigued look on her face. I was pleased by this wave of attention. It made me feel bolder. So I asked, but I wonder what she's thinking.
Нарисовать?
Do you want me to? Tikhonov nodded slowly.
Лиль Павловна, мы тут проведем следственный эксперимент.
Lilia Pavlovna will conduct a bit of an experiment here, all right? And this makes me remember that she wasn't even there the last day in the playthrough. She's probably like in grief because someone in her family, wasn't it? Someone in her family who went missing, or one of the students that was very close to her, who were in her family. I don't remember.
Пожалуйста, пожалуйста.
Of course. I took out a pen, flattened out a sheet of paper. My classmates stared at me in anticipation. Polina smiled, and it was the best reward I could get for my boldness.
Ну что, Ван Гог,
Well,
рисуй.
go on, Van Gogh. Draw. Okay. Hang on, then. We are going to be ridiculed. We are going to be ridiculed. Oh, we are going to be ridiculed. We don't know her haircut, though. Yeah, that's more like it. Because she was having the hood of the coat on, but we did know the ears. For fox sakes. Let's see, what else can we... What else can we draw here? Yeah, okay, that's just... hand over. Why couldn't we just have said a human, a child, a girl with a fox mask? No, we just draw the fox. Ah, this ain't going well.
Вот, пожалуйста.
A hare. But maybe, if Polina sees this, maybe she's like, why is he drawing a fox? Maybe we can get a reaction out of her. Van Gogh, you're a true painter. Achievement unlocked. I handed my drawing to the officer. It's a very cute drawing.
Это что, лиса? Смешно, юморист.
What's this, a fox? Very funny.
Прикажешь ее по лесу с собаками ловить?
Should we send a pack of hunting dogs on its trail? It felt like the windows started shaking from everybody's laughter. Even Lilia Pavlovna couldn't help it.
Все не так.
That's not it. Hey, Petro, maybe you also met with Cheburashka. Cheburashka, isn't that the little monkey thing from Soviet era, the stop-motion character? Cheburashka, a cult character created by Edward Uspensky as one of the main characters in a book, Jenna the Crocodile. Yeah, that is it. Jenna the Crocodile and His Friends. He was later featured in a series of cartoons, some of which were produced in Japan. Turned into anime. Hilarious, simply hilarious. I was burning at the stake of shame.
Все ясно. Что тут еще скажешь?
Case closed, I guess. Tikhonov crumpled my drawing in his fist. I hope Polina likes me enough to not completely give me the cold shoulder after this.
Ну, занимайтесь.
Well, I'll be going. And so he left as promised.
Придурочный.
Nut job. Oh, fuck off. I didn't move. Wait, where did the others go? Where did the two bullies go? I didn't move, just kept staring into space. Lilia Pavlovna passed by without looking my way. Polina after her. My classmates went silent at the same time as if someone muted the sound of a TV. They followed me with their eyes the whole time I was passing between the rows. And this is the same narration as was before. I was looking for Polina. I stumbled into my new bodies instead.
Решил сдать нас ментам?
That you decided to rat us out to the cops? I'm not telling you.
Но я ничего не сказал.
I didn't say anything about you just yet.
Да то подумал на.
But sure as fuck thought about it, eh? Yeah, I did more than think about it. I'm gonna do it if I get the chance.
Ты сильно ошибаешься, думая, что без Сёмы у тебя настанут веселые деньки.
Alright, same dialogue.
Можешь не притворяться дурачком, пытаясь удивить Полину своей мазнёй или корчить из себя психа.
You can stop your weird act, trying to impress Polina with your doodles or by acting like a loony. That impresses her?
Мы тебя сосвету живём. До скорого!
Вот да лохна!
Kick me. How did you put this on even? I was behind. I was behind in class all the time. My nightmare was not about to end, no.
Прости, я так торопился. Ты меня ждала? Что случилось?
Let's see if there's something new that happens here. Is that the same thing she said last time? Polina's attitude changed from fake anger to softness. She stood there silent, probably picking out the right words. She had a worried and sad look in her eyes, as if she hoped that I'd continue this conversation and stop us from drowning in this awkward silence. It feels different. It feels more shy in a way. But I didn't say a word. I was just staring at her trembling lips. Finally, Polina heaved a deep sigh and started talking meekly.
Антон, скажи, ты на меня сильно злишься?
Anton, tell me, are you mad at me? Why would I be mad? I couldn't reply before she continued.
Ох, ну конечно сильно.
Of course you are. What's with this stupid question? What's with this stupid statement? That's not true.
Прости, пожалуйста, я не хотела, чтобы так вышло, честно.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen, honest. Oh, you mean when you saw someone in the forest and that led to us discovering the bullies? Or them discovering us? That's okay. That's absolutely not your fault at all.
Когда Tikhonov, этот изверг,
When that abuser kicked the doggy,
это словно и не я была, понимаешь?
it felt like I wasn't myself. Okay, she's referring to that. That's okay. That's absolutely okay. You have a history with dogs, a bad history. But I take the apology. It's you shouldn't even apologize to me. You have to apologize to the dog, who is hopefully all right. She sniffed and even thought it was already quite dark outside. Even though it was already quite dark outside, I could notice her ocean-colored eyes sparkle.
Да, так нельзя.
I know that it's wrong.
Нельзя смеяться над тем, как издеваются над животными.
It's wrong laughing at animal abuse.
Не знаю даже, что ты обо мне подумал.
I don't even want to think what your opinion of me must be. Oh, if you only knew what my thoughts on were in general. I'm just wondering if we're going to have any more clues to connect her and Alisa. I feel like we're running out of clues and time at this point. But I'm still waiting. If she's not Alisa, then who is? She said she didn't go to school, or hinted strongly. She hints a lot. She hinted strongly she didn't go to school. And then it was like, oh, she does go to school, but that could just be something she said to seem more human, or seem more young, or God knows. But I hope we'll discover more. And maybe a connection.
Но я ничего не могу с собой поделать, Антон.
I can't help it, Anton. Yeah, I know.
Стоит мне подумать о дедушке.
As soon as I remember Grandpa and the horrors he had to endure on the night when he got attacked by that pack of stray dogs,
Мой разум словно затуманивается.
my mind becomes foggy. Polina's notebook in my hand was still waiting for me to return it to its rightful owner, but I just couldn't find the right moment to do that.
Ты, наверное, считаешь, что я чокнутая, да?
You probably think I'm crazy, right? No, it's a little slip-up. Don't make it into a habit. I mean, you're not the one who kicked the dog. But, don't beat yourself up over it. She looked at me with hopeful eyes, while I was absent-mindedly going over all the crazy stuff that my subconscious was producing lately. I clearly wasn't qualified to judge someone's sanity.
Мне не всегда удается себя контролировать.
Sometimes I just can't control myself. And there is our clue. It's not really a clue to connect to Alisa, but it's like... Or is it? Like a beast living inside of her, telling her things. It's a little bit of a clue, because we had that as well. We had that in the last playthrough. It's these tiny little microscopic pinches of hint that keep me tied to this possible conclusion that they might be one and the same. I keep coming back to it. It's like I keep circling back all the time. And I'm so sorry if that's annoying to listen to. It's just... I just want to find out who the fox girl is. And if she can be saved, because I feel that she's sort of like one of the kids in danger, maybe one of the first to be abducted. Because the abduction paper, the protagonist, Anton, said, looked as young as Olia, but how young was she? I mean, at what time was she abducted? Was that a while ago? Was it a long time ago? Was it many years ago? which means she will be older now. Questions. The plot sort of refuses to thicken too much. It wants me to thicken it for it. So let's see where this takes us.
Но я точно не причинила бы кому-то вреда, слышишь?
But I would never harm anyone, you hear? Which also, I'm gonna try to not bring up Alisa too much. Alisa said that she wouldn't harm anyone, or you'll be safe with me. Even though she was dancing in the night with the beasts and all. Stay with me, and you'll never be harmed. And this feels like the same sort of aura.
Не то что этот садист Ромка.
Not like that sadist Romka.
Антон, прошу, держись от него подальше.
Well, it's good to know that Romka never has a chance with her. Please stay away from him, Anton. Something clicked in my head. I stared at Polina with suspicion. Oh, wait. The same sort of suspicion I've been having since yesterday. Since I played it yesterday, I mean. Or since the very start. I think since the very moment when I met Polina, I mentioned something like, she gives off some sort of Alisa aura in some weird shape or form. Oh, hello. Well, you seem friendly. Hello. Wait, you're not the Fox Girl, are you? It does give off like a very similar vibe of the Fox Girl, though, doesn't it? I just can't put my finger on how. And played around with it, and then it gets stronger and stronger up until this point. But I think something clicked in my head. I stared at Polina with suspicion.
Неделю назад во время драки ты называла его по-другому.
Okay, I thought it was gonna suspect Alisa, but okay. You called him differently a week ago when we were fighting.
Ромочкой.
Romochka. Are you together?
Скажи, вы что, встречаетесь?
Say, are you two dating? Polina jolted as if struck by lightning.
Еще чего? Этот урод ко мне приклеился, как банный лист.
No way. That asshole is stuck to me like a leech. Then why did you give him a diminutive?
Такие, как он, не то что намеков. Грубых слов не понимают.
People like him are not even deterred by direct insults. I mean, the diminutive could just be like mocking as well, not just a lovey-dovey thing. Her voice became calmer when she noticed the bruises and cuts on my face.
Прости еще раз, что так вышло.
Again, I'm very sorry that happened. Don't be sorry. You made out. You helped Father find me. It took the bravery to run to my house. That takes guts. Don't think... It wasn't your fault in any way.
Но я правда надеялась, что смогу помочь тебе.
Well, I really thought I would be able to help you. And you did. You did during and you did after, not least.
Зря я поверила, что у таких подонков может быть какой-то там кодекс чести.
It was my mistake to think that bastards like them can have any sort of moral code.
Вот.
Oh, that smile is very big. That is a big grin. Here, I have a present for you. Okay. What's that? She unbuttoned the top of her jacket and instantly got embarrassed after noticing my stunned look. Why are you doing that for? Oh. A necklace? Then she took an amulet on a thick leather thread with a big animal claw off her neck and held it out to me.
Этот оберег подарил мне дедушка.
Grandpa gifted me this charm.